Good morning. Good Thursday morning. It's Pam, and we are here for another little coffee chat. I have my coffee. It is again reheated. I'd like to do this one time bright and early at like 6:30 when my coffee is still hot. We'll see. We'll see if you can handle, my bleary-eyed, pajama-clad self. Might be kind of funny. So, what have I been doing this morning? Well, I am, as you can see, in a kind of different location, and I'm trying to capture like the bright sunlight that's all around. It's very cold, minus 45 Celsius, which I think is minus 49 Fahrenheit, which doesn't make sense to me at all, but maybe it makes sense to you. I have to research a little bit more about how Fahrenheit and Celsius are um, converted because this question comes up a lot, especially with a lot of people in the United States that, I'm talking to on YouTube or in comments and social media. And anyway, so very cold. Winter has returned with a vengeance to Alberta, Canada. And, the window panes are totally frosted and the air is just crackling outside and the sky is a beautiful, brilliant blue, and the sun is just streaming in the windows. So I wanted to sit in front of the sun, right, and have the sunlight around, but it was literally like so piercingly bright that it just washed out my whole face. So anyway, you can just use your imagination. So what do I want to talk about today? Well, I wanted to talk about this idea of using something different. I'm using um, my laptop and Google Vids, which is like a free kind of add-on that is in Google. So I'm experimenting with that. Excuse me, but the problem is you can only upload 10 minutes. So that is going to be that's going to be an issue because I like to go a little longer than 10 minutes. But maybe it'll help me to like speed up the chat. Another thing I wanted to mention, besides trying to learn something new, I think that's where I was going with that, is I'm trying to learn a new thing every time I have a chance to film a video, upload a video. So I'm kind of dabbling in it right now, but I'd really like to try harder, to concentrate harder. And the thing that always holds me back with this is this kind of, I don't know if you call it manic efficiency is the only phrase that comes to mind. But if things aren't efficient, if I know time's going to be wasted or I'm worried time's going to be wasted, I don't want to do it at all. Okay. And I think that came from years of teaching, having to get lessons ready really quickly, and everything had to be, like this efficient. Um, and so, or maybe it's just my personality. I don't know. But I have to discipline myself to take the time to try and learn things that might work and might not work. And that's the problem. I want it to work immediately. So, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is in the spirit of learning new things is I got a glucose monitor a few days ago. And this has been kind of a game changer because up until this point with my diabetes diagnosis, I've just been having to like prick myself in the finger and check my blood sugar. Well, I haven't even been doing it because I thought, well, I can recognize these patterns now. I'm sick of sticking myself in the finger. It changes so fast. So, you could take it and then 10 minutes later it can be completely different. So, anyway, I got this and here's my little phone, my little iPhone 11. I know. I think it's an 11. Maybe, I don't know. I'm really behind with the times. But that's what it is right now. It's kind of in the green. It's okay. You can see that I had like breakfast here, some berries and plain yogurt and a little bit of granola and some cinnamon, and I chopped up a date in there. And so it looks kind of, high, but it's still in the green. And another thing I learned about this, because there's all these alarms, right? There's, I don't know if you can see that, but there's low glucose alarm, high glucose alarm. And so here's the daily pattern. Um, anyway, so it does go up high sometimes, but the big thing I've noticed is it goes really low at night. And the other night, it woke me up 4 different times with a low blood sugar alarm. And so I got to do something about that because sleep is so fleeting and precious in my life right now. So the first thing I did is I turned off that alarm. And, your body wakes you up when your blood sugar goes too low. So I don't know if it was the alarm first or the body first, but um, it's just something I have to figure out. What can I do to make the blood sugar not dip so low several times at night that it wakes me up? Okay, so that's been a fun little thing. I've got it for 15 days, and only 15 because, sorry, I'm trying to find if there's anything interesting I could show you here. Well, you can see, yeah, like there's a low glucose event, it's called. Anyway, it's kind of cool because oops, it's going to alarm because it tracks your, it's new to me, but it tracks everything in real time, and it's been super helpful to see. Oh my goodness, I can't eat rice. Like after I eat rice, it just skyrockets so fast and stays there. So yeah, that was so helpful to know. And then I thought having a few like chips was terrible for me, right? But I tried it a couple times. I had a few, like a handful of, like a mini bag of like Miss Vicky's chips, and it barely it barely moved. So I'm like, well, that's good. Maybe potatoes is something I can have. Not that I'm going to be eating a ton of chips because, in other news, apparently my cholesterol is high. And so, yeah. All right. I'm talking kind of frantically because it's amazing how fast 10 minutes goes. I wanted to also talk about getting new glasses. So, yesterday I had an eye appointment, and the optometrist decided to put contacts in my eyes. He said, "Oh, let's just try it." I think they wanted to do that because then you go out and you pick glasses, like you'll buy some frames, and because you can see them. Because it's true, like without my glasses on, trying on frames that don't have a lens, I can't see. I gotta be right here, in front of the mirror. So, but I wanted to show you. I guess I could just take my glasses off so you can see what I look like without my glasses. But yesterday, let's see. So I just snapped a couple photos because they had given me those drops. You can see I took a whole bunch of photos. They had given me those eye drops that dilate your pupils. And then I had to go home. And so this picture I took right before the kids came for lessons. And I had to drive home. And then I had to teach lessons with my pupils really dilated. I couldn't see because of the context, and the pupil dilation drops made it so that I couldn't see anything close up. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, but yeah, it was funny. So I'm like, I wanted to try and I don't think you can see it. It's too small, but it was funny. And the one family that comes, the mom didn't come this day. It was the grandma came with the three girls, and I noticed the girls were just like looking at me, like side eyeing me. And I said, "Yeah, I know, I look funny. I don't have my glasses on today, and this is what I look like without my glasses on." Um, and then I had one little girl later on who said, "Yeah, I noticed you don't have your glasses on, and I like you better with your glasses on. I think your face suits glasses." She's only 9 or 10, but anyway, it was I had a good laugh inside about that, about how kids are, they always notice things, right? Okay, so the video got too long, and now I'm inserting this ending, so we'll see how that works. I apologize for my unprofessionalism, but we're all on this journey together, they say, right? So thanks for coming along on a little coffee chat and listening to me go on about eye appointments, video editing, figuring it out, and life, right? I have a lot of thoughts in my mind, things I want to talk about, things that have come up from just having more time to contemplate, right? And consider and try to make choices that are good for me too. I know, doesn't that sound odd? But I've just made so many choices every day. I'm always like, what's going to work for everything else? But even last night, I was talking about writing out my prayers, and that's still been a daily and a really powerful practice. Um, but last night I just wanted to go to bed and try and shut out all the worries and the anxieties in my mind. But I thought, no, I'm gonna discipline myself to sit down here and do it when it's hard, right? And so I started praying, and I was impacted by, why don't you pray something for yourself? And it felt weird, but I just wrote down, like, God, I pray for me. I pray that you will give me clear direction. I pray that you will help me with my health um, concerns. And yeah, and just, even a few sentences. And it sounds like, maybe you're rolling your eyes. I might be rolling my eyes too, but it sounds weird to why don't you think to pray for yourself? But I think it's because I feel like I am always praying for myself, if that makes sense. Like, I'm praying for my loved ones, and in my brain, that's me praying for myself. Those are my requests that I'm bringing to God, right? But one thing I've definitely learned, that I know a lot of you already learned this, but if you have to put your own mask on first, right? They say, like, in the airplane, put your own oxygen mask on first, and then you can help others. And so if I am kind of a wreck, then I can't really be there for my loved ones. I can't love them as well as I want to. So, uh, yeah, that's been something I'm working on. Well, I hope you are doing well today. I hope it's not minus 45 Celsius where you are. My windows have like this much ice on them. At least it's better than the house we lived in before. The house we lived in before, I think it was really cheaply put up. That's a whole nother story. But the windows would have so much ice on them no matter what we did. And we kind of figured out eventually, like, they weren't a strong enough window pane, first of all, like thick enough. Um, and then also they'd really skimped out on the insulation, I think, around the windows. So anyway, uh, here we are. I will try and splice these together, see how that works. And thank you for being here. If you have any suggestions for what I should be using or could be using that is either really cheap or free editing software, I'm open to it. Like I said, I don't like wasting time on things. So um, I might need to update some things. Might need to update my laptop. I might need to update my phone, obviously. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome day. Bye.